Hey everyone! Did you know that if you were born between June 21st and July 21st, that would make your astrological sign Cancer? No, I don't mean cancer as in the disease or cancer as in toxic and bad. I mean the astrological sign Cancer. And if you are a Cancer, then you're gonna get a kick out of today's video because I will be talking about the 6 Pokemon that would be on the team of a Cancer Pokemon trainer. I'm Sabrina and you're watching Saffron City TV. Welcome back everyone! I just love astrology and I love learning about it and sharing it with you. Astrology is the ancient study of the stars, planets, and their potential influence on individuals based on their positions, movements, and alignments. It's believed by many that astrology can help you take a deeper look into your personality, and it can also determine your horoscope. However, horoscopes don't pertain to this video, so we're not going to be talking about them today. It's important to remember that astrology is just a pseudoscience, but it's also important to remember to have fun, which I do when discussing this topic. This is just a lighthearted video about some pseudoscientific stuff that I think is really interesting. Plus, I'll be giving my own interpretation on the zodiac signs. And today we will be talking about the type of Pokemon that you might find on the team of a Cancer Pokemon trainer. If you know your astrology stuff, then you'd likely know that your birth month determines your sun sign, which will give you a general representation of your personality, and it's also what you would say your astrological sign is. All of the other planets in the solar system play a part in your personality, but for brevity's sake, we're just going to stick with the sun sign today. And if you were born between June 21st and July 21st, then your sun sign is in Cancer. So let's talk about this sign a little bit, shall we? Cancer is represented by the symbol of the crab. It is ruled by the moon, its element is water, and its modality is cardinal. Cancers are known for being caring, nurturing, and protective. Cancers tend to be very compassionate and dependable, and also motherly, regardless of their gender. In Western astrology, Cancer is associated with the element of water. However, in the Pokemon universe, I think that the type that best fits this sign is the normal type. That isn't to say that Cancers are boring, though. No, actually, it's quite the opposite. Just take a look at a list of normal type Pokemon and you'll see what I mean. Cancers are very supportive and family-oriented, putting a lot of value into their homes and their family lives. Cancers can be very sensitive and empathetic, however, they can also be a bit moody, overbearing, and even smothering if they feel like their lives are unbalanced and unhealthy. And beware, because if you attempt to hurt them or their loved ones, they will use their empathic abilities to stab you where it hurts, twist the knife, and then hold a grudge against you for the rest of time. It's important to note that Cancers are truly known best for their ability to nurture the bodies, minds, and spirits of those close to them. They spend a lot of energy on being the best caregivers possible. However, this can sometimes lead to them becoming mentally drained and emotionally unstable, which can make them become controlling and overbearing. But it's all in the name of love. Now, just because these types are empathetic and caring doesn't mean that just anyone can join their exclusive circle of loved ones. It can be very difficult to get close to a Cancer because they're very selective about their crew and are quick to judge and exclude anyone whom they deem unworthy of admission. But if you are ever able to get past Cancer's barriers, they will be the best friends you've ever had and will be there for you forever. See, learning about Cancer is fun. So let's talk about the 6 Pokemon that would be on this sign's team. Just as a quick side note, I won't be including any legendaries on any of the sign's teams as I wouldn't want anybody to have an unfair advantage. Now let's talk about this team. The first Pokemon that would be on the team of a Cancer would be the very obvious Kingler. Of course Kingler is going to be on this list. There are other crab-like Pokemon out there, but Kingler is the crabbiest. See what I did there? And the other ones are more closely related to shrimp, lobster, or even bugs. Cancer is represented by the symbol of the crab, meaning they're a bit rough and thick-skinned on the outside, but soft and gentle on the inside. And although this sign is very sensitive, they absolutely will protect themselves with the same defense mechanisms that Kingler uses, a rugged outer shell and a giant, pointy, stabby claw. Kingler is also a water type, which is the same as Cancer's astrological element. Just don't get on Cancer's bad side, alright? It ain't pretty. In my opinion, the symbolism of the crab and the defense mechanisms that Kingler would use makes this Pokemon the perfect fit for a Cancer. Another pair of Pokemon that would be a great fit for Cancer's team would be Gardevoir and Gallade. Both of these Pokemon are incredibly protective and loyal, just like Cancer. According to their dex entries, both of these Pokemon can detect what others are thinking and feeling, and both Gardevoir and Gallade are at their strongest when fiercely defending their trainers. These Pokemon would give their own lives for the ones they love, and will safeguard their masters with everything they've got. These are truly loyal and protective beings. Cancers are also at their best when they are protecting those that are closest to them. Cancer would love to have either of these Pokemon on their team, as their personalities, empathic abilities, and motivations ring true to this sign. Next up, I think Bewear would be a great companion to Cancer. These two would just understand each other. According to Bewear's dex entries, this Pokemon is incredibly powerful and highly dangerous. While Cancers aren't inherently physically dangerous, their affections can be very powerful and have the ability to harm others. Once Bewear has made a friend, it will attempt to show its fondness for them by giving them a big hug, leaving its companions with crushed bones and squashed spines. Yikes. This is very similar to how Cancers have the capacity to be so overbearing that they smother their loved ones with their affections and leave them hurt in the process. Bewear and Cancer are very similar in that they are very kind and lovable, sometimes to a fault. You most certainly don't want to be on their bad side, but being on their good side also kind of requires that you set some boundaries if you're not ready for this magnitude of love. Another great Pokemon for the team of a Cancer would have to be Kangaskhan. Kangaskhan is known as the parent Pokemon and has very maternal instincts. Cancers all seem to have very natural paternal traits, making them very family-oriented in all aspects of their lives. Their friends might say that they are the mom of the group, and they may even be prone to mothering their younger siblings or even their parents. Per Kangaskhan's dex entries, this Pokemon keeps a baby in its pouch, and this baby is not permitted to leave the pouch unless Kangaskhan feels it is safe or until the baby is about 3 years of age, and even then, the mother is always keeping a close eye on its young one. Its Sun and Ultra Sun dex entries claim that this Pokemon's maternal love is so deep that it will brave death to protect its offspring. It has zero forgiveness for the attacker and will even beat them down. Its Shield entry says that there are even records of a lost human child being raised by a childless Kangaskhan. Cancers love to be relied upon and truly enjoy taking care of others. The moon drives these maternal instincts, making them wonderful parents and family members. Cancer and Kangaskhan would just be perfect for each other. Another great asset to Cancer's team would be Blissey. This highly compassionate Pokemon was literally made for Cancer, and these two go together like two peas in a pod. Blissey's dex entries claim that if they see a sick or injured Pokemon, they will nurse them back to health. This Pokemon also lays an egg that, if eaten, will instantly bring happiness and joy to the consumer. Not only that, but eating the egg will make you unfailingly caring and can even quell the wrath of the most ferocious Pokemon. It can sense sadness with its fur, and if it senses someone in distress, it quickly rushes to their side, cheering them up by delivering their comforting egg to them. Chansey will only evolve into this Pokemon if it has developed a strong bond with its trainer. Cancer and Blissey are just so much alike with their nurturing and uplifting natures. These two make for wonderful caretakers, and anyone who is close to them is lucky to have these healers in their company. It brings them joy to restore health to the bodies, minds, and souls of those that they care about, and I think that Cancer would absolutely adore having this compassionate Pokemon around to assist them. And finally, Cancer's ace definitely has to be Dragonite. I could have put Goodra, Drampa, Altaria, and even Nidoqueen on this list if I really wanted to, and as a matter of fact, all of them would have fit this list really well. But I think that there are nuances to Dragonite that makes it resonate with Cancer better than the others. I actually planned on making Blissey this sign's ace, but after looking at Dragonite's dex entries, I decided the Dragonite works better as Cancer's ace Pokemon. Its Pokédex entries describe Dragonite as an incredibly rare marine Pokemon, often referred to as the Sea Guardian or the Sea Incarnate. Dragonite effortlessly soars over vast oceans, rescuing drowning individuals, guiding shipwrecked crews to safety, and leading vessels caught in storms back to secure shores. And while Dragonite isn't a water type, the marine aspect of Dragonite still goes well with Cancer's astrological element of water. Dragonite resides on a secluded and elusive island solely inhabited by its own kind, mirroring Cancer's tendency to be selective and exclusive in choosing their close-knit family and friend circles. And let's not forget that Dragonite will smash everything to smithereens if it feels threatened and enraged. These reasons are why Dragonite is a better fit for Cancer than the others mentioned earlier. This is also the first video where the ace Pokemon's typing does not align with the assigned Pokemon typing of the sign, that in this case being the normal type. Nevertheless, I still think that the normal type is the best Pokemon typing for Cancer, considering that the vast majority of the Pokemon on their team would be normal, and I was pretty sure I was going to make Blissey this sign's ace until I discovered Dragonite. And there's just not another Pokemon that aligns with Cancer on so many different levels, making this Pokemon the perfect ace Pokemon for a Cancer. And that's it. That's my team for Cancer. Earlier, I said that no legendary Pokemon would be included on any of the sign's teams. However, I do still think that Cancer would want to find legendaries. And for Cancer, the legendaries they would want to find would be Magearna, Manaphy, Fione, and Lunala. Cancer would want to find the mythical Magearna because it can synchronize its consciousness with others, which gives it the capacity to care for people. This Pokemon was also said to have been created 500 years ago as a gift for the king's daughter, and I just think Cancer would find that little factoid endearing. Magearna's body is also just a vessel for the true being inside called the Soul Heart, and I think that this resonates well with the symbol of Cancer being that of the crab, meaning that Magearna has a tough outer exterior to protect itself from being harmed, just like Cancer would. Manaphy and Fione would also be sought after by Cancer because of their unique familial ties. Manaphy is the only mythical Pokemon known to produce offspring, and Fione is the only mythical Pokemon that is known to hatch from an egg in the games, legally that is. And according to their dex entries, both of these Pokemon will travel great distances to return to their birthplace, which is something I think Cancer would do, as they often feel very nostalgic for home. Manaphy was also born with the wondrous ability to bond with any kind of Pokemon, similar to how Cancer has that same ability. These Pokemon would hold a significance to Cancer because of their family bonds. Finally, I think Lunala would be on Cancer's list of legendaries to seek out. Cancers are deeply influenced by the moon, their ruling celestial body. Lunala, the legendary Pokemon known as the beast that calls to the moon, is the perfect representation of this connection. It is also said that Lunala resides in another world, devouring light and showering its own light across the night sky. This symbology reflects Cancer's emotional depth, as they are more often comfortable navigating the introspective realms and guiding others with their empathic light. In summation, Cancers can be smothering, moody, overbearing, and at times emotionally unstable. But they're also highly empathetic, nurturing, family-oriented, and make for great caregivers. Cancer's leveled up team would consist of Kingler, Gardevoir or Gallade, Beware, Kangaskhan, Blissey, and Dragonite. Would also be on the search for legendaries such as Magearna, Manaphy, Fione, and Lunala. What do you think about my team for Cancer? Are you a Cancer? Leave me your astrological sign in the comments below. I really do hope that you enjoyed my video today. And if you did, the best way to let me know is to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thanks again for tuning in, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!